you will watch my video. Hey TubeUbers, good old Joe, TJ Pyramid here. Now this here is another review, and that is of the 1937 film San Quentin, with one of my favorite actors of all time, if not my favorite, Mr. Humphrey Bogart. So, do the crime, do the time. What happens during the long years spent behind the walls of San Quentin? The penitentiary's new yard captain wants to make those years a time of rehabilitation rather than punishment, but not everyone's buying it. Just another copper to me, snarls inmate Red Kennedy. Humphrey Bogart portrays Red, continuing his climb to stardom in this brisk film that's one string of Depression-era work combining gangster movie elements with a big house setting. Studio mainstay Pat O'Brien plays Steve Jameson, whose carrot-and-stick reforms begin to change Red's thinking. An inmate strike, scripture-quoting con who swipes a rifle are among the troubles Jameson faces, and Red is another as he reverts to his old ways and makes a violent break for freedom. So Pat O'Brien, in this, of course, like it says here, plays Steve Jameson, who's an army guy who the prison wants to come in and take over as like the head of the guards, because the other head of the guards just can't control these guys. They're rioting, they're going out of control. So they bring in Pat O'Brien, the Steve Jameson character, to take control. And Ann Sheridan and Barton McLean are the other two people in this film. But Ann Sheridan plays the love interest, romance interest of Pat O'Brien. Now, there's a little connection. She's connected to somebody else in this film that causes friction between some other people in this film. I won't say who, I won't say what, but there's a chase scene, there's a shootout, and Bogart is badass as always. Now you can see on this here he gets second billing after Pat O'Brien. Just a few years later, Humphrey Bogart would be dominating the cinema as perhaps maybe the greatest actor of all time in some people's eyes. But San Quentin's a really fun film, really good performance by Bogart, really good performance by Pat O'Brien. Ann Sheridan does a really good take. But yeah, there's some escaping convicts in this. There's shootouts, there's car chases, there's fist fights, prison riots. Really, really fun film. I highly recommend you check this out. This comes on the Warner Brothers Tough Guys pack, which comes with about, 6, 7 other movies, something like that. Somewhere around there, 6, 8 other films or something like that. Check it out on Amazon or whatever. It's called the Tough Guys pack by Warner Brothers. And check out San Quentin. Really cool film, really fun, fantastic scenery, fantastic cracking dialogue, absolutely brilliant film. So now, being with Bogart, I decided just to kind of show what all films I have in my Bogart film collection, because I say, absolutely love the dude, fantastic. So of course, San Quentin. From the same Tough Guy backpack, Edward G. Robinson, Bullets or Ballots with Joan Blondell and Humphrey Bogart. This one here is from 1936, so one of his earlier ones too. And as you can see, you got Edward G. Then you got Joan Blondell, blah blah blah. You got Bogart like all the way over in here. But yeah, so there's one. Bullets or Ballots, another fantastic film. And of course, this right here, the TCM film collections, which I absolutely love. Have an Errol Flynn one too. Have a couple other ones too. But this is the Humphrey Bogart one. Petrified Forest right there with Bette Davis. I guess another role of Bette Davis I can actually stand. High Sierra, The Amazing Dr. Clitterhouse, and All Through the Night. Now, Petrified Forest is actually one of his earliest roles. I mean, it's 1936, the same as the other ones I've talked about. But he doesn't really show up till about halfway through, and he's just a rough and tough dude. Yeah, he's a killer, just a really bad guy in this film. I think my favorite one on this here would have to be The Amazing Dr. Clitterhouse with Edward G. and Bogart as Rox Valentine. What a fantastic name. Sounds like a pro wrestler. But really, really brilliant film. If you can check out any film on this, I highly suggest The Amazing Dr. Clitterhouse and then All Through the Night. All Through the Night is hilarious. There's some really funny stuff in there. Basically, his favorite cheesecake vendor gets killed, which leads to Nazi spies. Doesn't it always? cheesecake always leads to Nazis. I've told them that. Damon Runyon style fun. Just off-the-chain fun, but a really, really good pack. If you can find this pack, pick it up. All these films are fantastic. Now, another 4-pack here. This is a murder mystery pack. So, there's the 4 on this set here, but originally got this for the Maltese Falcon. And, of course, the excellent Big Sleep with Humphrey and the beautiful Lauren Bacall. So right there, Big Sleep, Maltese Falcon. And then, of course, if you have the Maltese Falcon there, you got to go out and get the best version of it available. That's the 3-disc special edition right there. Of course, Bogart's Maltese Falcon. There's 2 other versions of the Maltese Falcon on here. One of them is called Saint Metalady, which I heard isn't too great. I have never seen it. But once again, that's Betty Davis. But I'll stick with this one right here with Mary Astor and Mr. Bogart. This is a fantastic edition. If you don't have this edition and you like the Maltese Falcon, you need to pick this up. Another one of the classics here. Fantastic film, directed by John Huston, screenplay by John Huston. Right here, Walter Huston, Tim Holt, Bruce Bennett, Humphrey Bogart. This is The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. This is a really nice edition, some good artwork inside. Fantastic, 2-disc, lots of loaded features in here. Yeah, documentaries, everything. So this is a really good movie, really good edition. Not really too many bad Bogart films, actually. There's a couple not as good as the others, but most of his films to me are really high quality, standout, top-notch films. One of his Key films that I don't actually own is Key Largo. I've been on the lookout for Key Largo. It comes in just a red, has a red cover, but it comes in a snap case, and I think just a normal DVD jewel case. I just have not found it yet, but I'm always on the lookout for Key Largo. And there's a couple others of his that I don't have that I'm always on the lookout for. Now, next up here, we have another Lauren Bacall and Humphrey Bogart, Dark Passage. This is such a fun film. Bogart goes on the lam. He escapes from prison, and he gets plastic surgery, and wonderful, wonderful San Francisco locations. This is a really, really good film. Like I've said, most of them are. I'm going to say good film a lot when I talk about Bogart. But, yeah, Bogart's kind of an ass in this. Yeah, he's kind of a mean guy, but super cool. And, of course, Bogart and Bacall, you cannot go wrong. Next up here, another Bogart and Bacall. Actually, Lauren Bacall's screen debut, she was 19 years old in this film. And when you see her in this film, you don't think she's 19 years old. That's Ernest Hemingway's To Have and Have Not. This is really resembles Casablanca. You have the French resistance fighters, a bluesy piano man, a martini bar, kind of like a Rick's Cafe in Casablanca, but still, really cool film. Fantastic to see Bogart and Bacall on screen. Like I said, she was 19. This is probably when they met. And you can just see in both their eyes that they are madly in love, just like first seeing each other. So that really, really ups the chemistry of this film right here. Next up here, we have Audrey. Right there. This is from the Audrey Hepburn collection. Of course, this is Sabrina, but should be called Humphrey. But yeah, we have the Audrey Hepburn, William Holden, Humphrey Bogart right there. Really cool romantic film. Of course, this was remade years later, but just stick with this version here. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? Sabrina. It's a great romantic film. It's fun. Some funny stuff, too, in this. Now, here we have Humphrey Bogart and Gloria Graham in A Lonely Place. In this one, Humphrey Bogart stars as Dixon Steele. Dixon Steele, Rox Valentine, has some great names in movies. He's a down-on-his-luck studio scribe. He wants to adapt this trashy bestseller to the silver screen. Bogart's kind of an ass in this, too. He's kind of a dick in this, too. You know, he's kind of violent. Really well-played-out film. In A Lonely Place. If you can find it, pick it up, check it out. You will not regret it. And last but not least, the only Blu-ray of Bogart that is in the collection, and of course that is Casablanca right here. Bogart, Bergman, awesome. Terrible design though. I like this on the back. I like that image. Terrible design though, because I don't know how many times I've grabbed this from up here and the bottom just slides off. So terrible packaging design. Always hold it from the middle. So here's the inside there. This is just an absolutely brilliant set. And there are so many good features right here. So many fantastic features on this set. You have two separate audio commentaries, introduction by Lauren Bacall, Bacall on a Bogart documentary, just so many things on here. So many special features on this absolute fantastic set. Of course, this set here comes with lobby cards and everything else. And they've actually released another set since this one. But this one here is, you know, to me, this is perfectly fine to me. I'll probably never buy this edition, you know, any Casablanca again. I have this on VHS at some point. I think I probably even have another DVD that's floating around. But this is obviously easily one of my top 5 films of all time, maybe my favorite film of all time. Just a pitch perfect, well done, 4-star film. Absolutely love Casablanca. But any of these films here that I have showed, and the one that I reviewed on this set, San Quentin, Bullets or Ballots, Sabrina, Dark Passage, Treasure Sierra Madre, To Have or Have Not, The Big Sleep, In a Lonely Place, whichever they are. If you've never seen Bogart beyond anything than Casablanca or Maltese Falcon, you need to see him in more other roles that he's done. He's absolutely just a brilliant actor. His screen presence, the way he delivers his lines, just an awesome presence to watch on screen. There's nobody today that really compares to Humphrey Bogart in Hollywood. There's people that I think try to be like a Bogart-style character, just like there's characters that try to be, you know, actors that try to be like a Robert Mitchum or something like that. You know, they try to pull off that cool, but I just don't think they can do it. And Bogart is just a badass dude. So there we go. Check out Humphrey Bogart. Go to his IMDb, see what's available to buy, see what's on the sets of his signature series, the TCMs, the separate sets, whatever it may be. Pick up Bogart, start collecting the man's work. You're not going to be disappointed, really. In any film you pick up and put in a Bogart, you're probably going to be completely satisfied by the end. You're ruining my Bogart video. You're going to give me demon voice on
voice because I know it had to pop up. So, thanks for watching. Cheers. I'll go watch some Bogart.